How much do you truly trust the people around you? Your friends, your business partners, or those good souls who hold your hand in your darkest hours? Are you absolutely certain of their goodness, or have they simply not encountered the one offer massive enough to buy them out? The world is crowded with billions of people wearing the mask of morality, yet the durability of that mask is measured solely by the size of the dark opportunity placed before them. We love to divide humanity into neat little boxes of good and evil. It is a cheap, comforting defense mechanism for our minds. But the real tragedy is that the greatest betrayals in history do not come from born monsters. They come from those who lived most of their lives as heroes, the very people everyone trusted blindly. 500 years ago, Niccolò Machiavelli, the man who mapped the darkest depths of the human soul, whispered a deeply unsettling truth. Most of those you think are good are simply bad people who haven't had their opportunity yet. To Machiavelli, morality was a luxury. People remain loyal and righteous only as long as they aren't forced to choose between their survival and their greed. That is, until the right opportunity knocks on their door. Let us travel back to the darkest, bloodiest days of the American Revolution. Standing before us is the brightest, most daring hero of the Continental Army, Benedict Arnold. A legendary general who fought until his leg was shattered, who charged ahead of his men into the jaws of death, and of whom George Washington himself said, "This army stands on his shoulders." Arnold was, in the eyes of everyone, a flawless, shining beacon of goodness. Yet, when the smoke of battle cleared, Arnold did not receive the glory he deserved. Men with a fraction of his talent were promoted over him, while he was pushed into the shadows. Congress refused to pay his debts, and his honor was systematically stripped away. The patriotic hero inside Arnold began to rot, slowly giving way to a silent, festering rage. The stage was being set for the exact opportunity Machiavelli warned us about. Machiavelli once wrote, "Men are ungrateful, fickle, and cowardly. They are yours entirely as long as they benefit from you." Once the benefit dried up for Arnold, the heavy mask of patriotism became too unbearable to wear. He had sacrificed everything for his country, yet his country had given him nothing but humiliation. His suppressed ambition and thirst for vengeance were awake, waiting only for the right catalyst. Fate presented that dark opportunity disguised as a loyal wife, Peggy Shippen, a young, beautiful woman with British loyalist ties. Through Peggy, the British military offered Arnold a deal beyond his wildest dreams: immense wealth, a high-ranking commission in the British Army, and lifelong prestige. In exchange, they wanted just one thing: the keys to West Point, the very heart of the American defense. At that precise moment, Machiavelli's prophecy went to work like clockwork. The man who had spilled his own blood for the revolution, who had led thousands of men to their deaths for the cause of freedom, the good and heroic Benedict Arnold, fell to his knees within seconds of seeing the offer. His unbreakable wall of morality dissolved like paper in the glittering light of British gold. Arnold had only been good because he hadn't yet found his price. On a foggy September night in 1780, Arnold met secretly in the dark woods with British spy Major John Andre. He handed over the blueprints of West Point, the defense schedules, and the precise plans to surrender the fortress. As he hid those documents inside his boots, Arnold wasn't just selling a fort. He was selling every man who had bled beside him, the absolute trust of George Washington, and his own soul. When John Andre was captured and the conspiracy was laid bare, the incriminating documents were delivered directly to George Washington. Reading the papers, Washington could not believe his eyes. His hands trembled. Tears streamed down his face. Turning to his general, he asked that historic, heartbreaking question. Arnold has betrayed us. Whom can we trust now? Washington had not lost a fort. He had lost his faith in humanity, shattered by the fallen mask of his most trusted good man. Had Machiavelli witnessed this scene, he would have looked at Washington's naivety with pity and written, "A leader must never forget the inherent opportunism of human nature. Even your most loyal ally can turn into a traitor when the scale of the temptation outweighs their allegiance." In the grand chessboard of power, Benedict Arnold simply acted out the darkest equation of human survival. The moment Arnold realised the plot was exposed, he fled to a British warship. He received his blood money and his rank. But when he arrived in England, he did not find glory. He found disgust. Even the British could never truly trust a man who had sold out his own homeland. Arnold spent the remainder of his days surrounded by wealth, but treated like a pariah, a lonely wandering shadow devoured by his own guilt. History remembers Benedict Arnold as the ultimate traitor, but the truth is far more terrifying. Arnold was not a monster when he started. He was an ordinary man who had not yet met the specific opportunity designed to feed his deepest, darkest hunger. The moment that opportunity arrived, the monster was unleashed. This tragedy proves that human morality is a fragile, elastic thing. The most virtuous leaders, the most honest friends, are all saints, until they encounter their own personal West Point, their own sellout price. Machiavelli was right. When stripped of illusions, human beings are hardwired to prioritize their own self-interest when the stakes are high enough. Now, step away from the foggy woods of the Hudson River and return to your own life. Look closely at the face in the mirror, that decent, good person looking back at you. Is the fact that you have never betrayed anyone truly a testament to your unshakable virtue? Or is it simply because you haven't been tempted with an offer big enough to break you yet? Let's be ruthlessly honest. In your career, your friendships, or your personal life, if a massive chest of British gold was placed before you, an offer that would guarantee your absolute success, but required you to sell out the trust of a close friend, could you honestly say no? Or would you unleash your own inner Benedict Arnold? We prefer to view ourselves as the victims, the George Washingtons of our own stories, crying out, "How could they do this to me?" But the reality is, most of us are just sentinels of untested virtue. Our confidence in our own morality exists only because the dark offer has not yet knocked on our door. Machiavelli's chilling lesson should serve as a permanent warning. To trust someone completely, to hand them your own West Point, is to hand them the very axe they can use to decapitate you. Because every human being carries the potential to pivot toward their own self-interest at a moment's notice. If being good is merely the absence of a lucrative opportunity, Are all the friendships, alliances, and loyalties we cherish just beautiful illusions? Or is there a quiet, sleeping Benedict Arnold waiting inside every single one of us, waiting for the right price to wake up?
Now, I ask you, and I want you to answer this in the quietest, darkest corner of your mind. What is the price of your morality and loyalty? How massive must the opportunity be to make you sell out everything you stand for in a single night? What is the offer that would awaken the Benedict Arnold sleeping inside you? Leave your honest answers in the comments below. Let us meet down there, if you have the courage to face your own price.